really helped me through this, tough times. You're stronger than you think. When life throws challenges your way, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But I've learned that we're capable of more than we give ourselves credit for.
Welcome back to More Than Just a Girl, the podcast where we celebrate women who are breaking boundaries and rewriting the rules. Like our guest that we have here today, who is a marketing accountant, accounts manager, and the founder of Lynn's Handmade Treasure, Miss Linda Escalante. Linda, thank you for joining us today. But I would like for you to tell us a little bit more about yourself. Who is Linda?
Well, thank you for having me on your podcast. This is a first for me. Ah, well, I'm a proud single mom of two daughters and a nana to a very active granddaughter. I live in Bangkok, where I was born and raised as the youngest of eight. What can I say? Life keeps me busy, balancing work as a full-time marketing accounts manager, a digital marketer, caring for my mom and fam, and running Lynn's Handmade Treasures. It's a fun life, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
That's awesome. You have a story that is filled with resilience, creativity, and determination. Because being a single mom, I know must not be easy. So we'll explore a little bit about more about your balancing family and a full-time career, which I believe is enough as is, and now being an entrepreneur too. So you have a lot on your plate. So let's get a little bit more into that. So you became a single mom at 18. That's pretty young. And I know that feeling because I became one at 17. So I know that's not easy. But you built this incredible life for yourself and your family. Do you believe that becoming a single mom at 18 made it difficult?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't say my life is incredible. Trust me, it's far from that. It's a work in progress. Becoming a single mom at 18 was definitely a challenge. But honestly, it shaped me into who I am today. It taught me resilience, responsibility, and how to hustle. Skills I use every day in my life. So while it wasn't easy, I wouldn't call it a setback. It's been the fuel that's driven me to work on creating a better life for me and my family.
I can I can really sympathize with you because for me, becoming a mom at 17 only made me work harder because I needed to provide for my two boys that I had. So I had to do whatever it took. And that for me meant long hours. So I could understand you totally on that. So your career path is diverse. You do real estate, wholesale, retail, and now marketing because having your own business, you have to do a lot of marketing. Can you tell us some of the most impactful roles you've handled and what did they teach you?
Yes, I was fortunate to have experienced a variety of roles, each teaching me valuable lessons that I use in everyday life. As a warehouse supervisor leading a team of men, as a young female supervisor was both challenging and rewarding. I had to earn their respect, trust me, because working with men older than me, it was hard. But through hard work, experience, and consistency, it was worked out. And that role taught me to trust my voice and stand my ground. Um, Branch manager, I said, managing a retail store was one of my most memorable roles. It wasn't just about running the operations. I got to work with everyone on the team, from the porter to the cashier and even the cleaner, helping them learn about the products that we sold and teaching them to do sales. Seeing them grow and take pride in serving customers was really rewarding. Everyone looked forward to somebody walking in the store to sell. So it was like a competition. I got into it and everybody was selling. And at the end of the day, they made their, extra money from that. Marketing accounts manager. Right now, I'm working with an international company in the hospitality industry. And it's been such an eye opening experience, international compared to local, totally different. I'm always learned something, and I work with a very diverse team. So sharing my skills about Belize travel industry, it's been amazing.
I understand that Lynn's Handmade Treasures started as a way to support your family. What inspired you to begin this journey? And what was the first product you ever made?
Lynn's Handmade Treasure started off as a necessity. I had a financial emergency and I need to get creative. Literally. My boss at the time, knowing about my crafting skills, suggested I try making emoji pillows. Emoji was popular back then, so I decided to give it a shot. And it turned out to be a big hit. I still remember that Christmas with garbage bags full of pillow orders under my tree. That was back in 2016, and since then, our little business continued to grow into something we're truly proud of.
That's so sweet. I love that you're so in love with your business. That's always an amazing way. When you do what you love, they say you don't work, right?
Right.
And it seems that you really love what you do. So I am so happy for you and that, Linda. It's truly amazing. Mm, That's great. I really admire women like yourself that you don't see any boundaries. You just see a little hurdle that you need to get over.
Right.
So that's awesome. I really love that positive attitude that you have. And your smile, sorry, I have to tell you, you have a wonderful smile. And now your daughters are part of your business, correct? What has it been like working together? I know sometimes they say that family businesses are difficult, but in this case, you have your daughters working with you. You're a single mom, so is it easier, or how has it strengthened your bond with them, or has it not strengthened your bond?
Well, working with my daughters, it's definitely a work in progress. But it's brought us closer in ways, I never expected. We laugh, we brainstorm, and honestly, we argue more than I like to admit. But that's just part of the journey, right? It's really something together for our family. It's been rewarding, and it has taught us a lot about teamwork, patience, and grit. So, uh,
Every entrepreneur faces some challenges. Could you share with us what is one obstacle that really tested you, and how did you overcome that?
hmm. Yes, being an entrepreneur, it has a lot of challenges. Sometimes you feel like you just want to give up and just, quit. But I would say one of our toughest challenges is finding time, balancing everything from work, family, and the business. I could remember when COVID first hit Belize. Um, Mass became a mandatory thing. And after weeks of experimenting and testing different patterns, I started making fabric masks. And boy, that was a huge seller. Orders came in. It was very overwhelming. Balancing with my full-time job, running a family, taking care of a family, and all these orders coming in, I honestly at one point felt nearly impossible. But I leaned on my faith. I asked my family for help. My mom started doing like sorting out masks. My daughters were cutting out patterns. I had my nieces and nephew that lives with me. We're actually cleaning up fabric mess. Our living room basically became our workstation. I had so many orders that I had to ask my cousin, who also sews, to come in and help me on weekends to try and get orders out. But managed to make it through, and it was like one of our best time as a business. I had to keep reminding myself to take it a step at a time, but the experience has taught me the importance of delegation, taking a break when needed, and it's a struggle. We juggle everything, but I've learned to give myself grace, focus on steady small progress, and that makes a big difference.
Okay. Actually, that is really good advice. Steady, slow progress and taking breaks. Because sometimes you can break mentally when you just put yourself go, 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 and you don't realize it. So it's good that you have learned that. And it seems that you were like working like Santa and his little helpers during COVID. So, so that's good because I know COVID was a really testing and trying time as is on its own. And now having this at least maybe it helped you get over that
It helped us
period.
a lot. It kept the kids busy because, they were in between transitioning from just in a classroom to being at home and getting used to the online classes. Everybody was into helping.
And that's awesome. Between being a mom, a grandmother, a business owner, how do you balance all those roles? I know it gets difficult at times, or it must get difficult at times. So how do you balance? How do you find that balance?
Hmm. I guess it's not about priorities. Some day I am a mom first, other days I'm a businesswoman. Stay organized, I must say, is a priority. You have to make sure you're organized and keep things in track. But I've learned not to be too hard on myself when things don't go perfectly because I like to go for perfection. Um, you just have to keep pushing.
What advice would you give women who juggle multiple responsibilities the way you do?
I would say don't be afraid to ask for help. Even sometimes I find it hard to ask for help, but you know, you can't pour from an empty cup. So you have to make sure you take care of yourself too.
Yeah, that's great advice. I believe many of our listeners may be moms out there, or women just considering to start their own business. I know starting a business isn't easy, but what advice would you give someone who is nervous about taking that first leap?
Start small. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Take the first step, even if it feels scary. Trust me, it will. Trust your ability and stay open to learning as you go. And most of all, don't forget to network. Ah, there are so many amazing female-owned business in Belize, and many of us are more than willing to share our experience and offer advice. I fortunately have met along the way people, both women and men that are open to helping, and we have a little community. Basically, we communicate and share ideas, and people, about this pop-up coming up, you're taking part, what you're doing, helping. When I first started to do pop-ups, I had no idea you had to take this amount of things. And, from starting off with a friend saying, hey, bring us cement blocks, you have to weigh down your tent. So, now offering people help, you bring an extra extension, you're going to need it. Remember, cash, routine it. So little things like this, finding people that are willing to help you helps a lot along the way. And of course, believe in yourself. You you never know what you could do until you try.
That's true. So let me deviate a little. Do you have any of the stuff that you made, some samples around that you could show us?
Sure. Last night up until yesterday, we were making Christmas wreaths because we have the tomorrow in Domapan. It's the big tree lightning and night market. So we're taking Christmas stuff, and we have here. Let me see if I can bring it in. This is one of our
Oh, that's so beautiful.
so yeah. This is what I call the country Christmas. Like, it's a little country, the little truck, and all the little charms on it. So yeah, this is one of our items that we're selling tomorrow. We also do, like, say for the Christmas holidays, one of my that I've been doing for like over when my daughter first born. Um, had an aunt in the States that gave me a pre-made, like, a put together kit. You made stockings, and my daughter is going to be 27 this year, and she still has that. So I started from that and I started doing my own. Well, it's over, I'd say maybe 10 years that I've been making stockings. So, and then we personalize them and we put on, like, say, your name. So your name is embroidered onto the stockings. So you'd get that.
Oh, that's cute.
And they come in different colors, different designs. You know, you pick what you want and we make it for you. Basically, we're all about customizing stuff.
That's awesome. So you customize these gifts.
Yes. We
That's awesome.
personalize to your desire. You send us a picture, we bring it to life for you.
But I don't want to take too much more of your time because I know you're preparing for this night market. But I do have a few more questions.
Okay.
So, one piece of advice or a life motto that has helped you through rough times. Maybe our listeners might be helped with this piece of advice or motto that has helped you. Could you share that with us?
One piece of advice that really helped me through this, tough times. You're stronger than you think. When life throws challenges your way, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But I've learned that we're capable of more than we give ourselves credit for. Whether it's balancing work, family, or running a business, there's always a hurdle. But the key is to keep pushing forward and not lose sight of why you started. Take it one step at a time and remember that even on the toughest days, you've got what it takes to keep going.
I love that. So, our listeners might want to contact you to either support or just to buy from you. How could they do that? How could they contact you?
Okay. You could find us on Facebook and Instagram at Lynn's Handmade Treasures. That's Lynn's with a Z. Oh, you could contact us on WhatsApp at 621-2919. We'd love to hear from you and help you find our next handmade treasures.
Thank you so much, Linda, for sharing your incredible story and inspiring us with your resilience and creativity. To our listeners, Linda's journey, I hope it has inspired you as much as it has inspired me. And don't forget to check Lynn's Handmade Treasures out on Facebook, Instagram, or on the number she shared on WhatsApp. And remember to subscribe to More Than Just a Girl, where we talk about stories of amazing women like Linda who are breaking barriers and making an impact. And in Linda's case, in a very creative way. See you next time. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you too.
If you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast and leave us a review. Your support helps us to reach more listeners and continue to share these important stories. I'm Ramy Chia, and I'll see you on the next episode. Until then, keep dreaming big, breaking barriers, and blazing your own trails.